So we're going to be talking about insomnia this morning. And the question is, do you have insomnia? What is insomnia? Well, we're going to get into this conversation with our favorite doctor, Dr. Kelvin Owusu. He's the head of occupational health and wellness at Claron Health International. Dr. Owusu, good morning.
Good morning, David.
How
are
are
you?
you?
I'm okay.
Yep. Yeah, so let's get right into it. Insomnia. As a layperson, I say is inability to sleep. Is that about right?
Well, you are right, but that's just one aspect. So insomnia refers to inability to sleep, inability to stay asleep, or waking up too early. You know, I mean, sleep is that thing that everybody would like to do so on their own terms. So if I'm going to sleep at, let's say, 8 o'clock, I want to wake up at, let's say, 12 p.m. the next day.
Yeah.
So if I wake up too early, you know, that might be a problem.
Okay. Let's do a case study. So last night, got to bed. I must have fallen asleep by about, let's say, 10:15.
Okay.
By 1 a.m., I was awake.
Okay.
Now, my instinct usually when I wake up is to see if I've missed anything, right? So in missing anything, I mean, pick my phone, randomly check through a few things, and then I'll put my phone away and then I'll continue sleeping. But last night, WhatsApp wasn't even an issue. There wasn't anything on WhatsApp, but I decided that I don't know why, randomly, I just said, let me go to Facebook. Then it's like I went down a rabbit hole and I couldn't stop. So for about 2 hours, in the middle of the night, I'm now looking and I'm going to find some nice preaching video. Then I'm going to have watched the thing. So I go to bed eventually about 3 a.m., after 3 a.m., right? Is this a case of, can this be classified under insomnia?
So technically, no, it's just a bad habit.
Okay, a bad habit.
A bad habit.
Okay.
You know, so I mean, so this sleep disturbance, is it affecting your productivity the next day? You know, so for instance, I mean, did you your inability to fall asleep when you want to sleep, the fact that you are not able to stay asleep, you know, the fact that you're waking up too early, is it making you excessively tired the next day? You're not able to function properly. You know, is it causing other problems?
Okay.
Is it as a result of something that you are doing, maybe some medication you are taking, or some particular disease condition you are dealing with? You know, so those are the technicalities.
Okay.
So it's not just about. So that's why sleep is it's actually a specialty area. You know, people actually go to school. I mean, there are doctors
sleep
and psychologists who actually go to school to, and all they are doing is studying sleep. You know, so it's a very, very important area in our lives, because as we all know, sleep helps your body to recharge. You know, so if you are not sleeping enough, it's a problem. You know, but then the question is, how much sleep is enough? Because there's all this thing going around about 8 hours of sleep at night and blah blah blah. Now the thing about sleep too is that it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing.
Okay.
You know, so even though, generally speaking, adults need about 7 hours of sleep in a 24-hour period, you know, some people actually need less, or some people actually function with far less. Some people also need more.
And are they okay?
And they're okay. They're actually quite normal walking about.
But there's some literature that says that not enough sleep will shorten your lifespan.
So, but that's the thing. I mean, so what do we classify as enough sleep? You see, that's where the challenge is, because what is enough for you may not be enough for me.
Okay.
And what's enough for me might definitely not be enough for you.
Okay.
You know, so that's where the thing is. So you need to know yourself and know what you need to make you function. So that's why the definition sort of has to also do with productivity the next day. So if you sleep, let's say 8 hours, and you wake up and you're still not functioning, what is the issue?
Okay.
Is it that the 8 hours is not enough? I mean, I'm just assuming the 8 hours is not enough, or maybe you are doing something wrong. So for instance, are you waking up in the night to go and do Facebook? Which is actually one of the new generation problems. You know, people are sleeping with all sorts of gadgets around them. Sleeping with, ideally, you shouldn't have a TV in your bedroom. That's actually one of the biggest causes of insomnia. You know, because your bedroom should be a safe haven for you to actually be able to sleep. So by the time you enter your bedroom, you should be in the frame of mind that you are going to sleep. You know, so gadgets in the bedroom is not a good idea. People don't have sleeping time. your body, you remember that your body is a cycle, and the more regular that cycle is, the better adjusted you are.
Okay.
So if you do not have a specific time for sleeping, it can affect you. It might not affect you today, but moving forward, as you grow older, it can begin to affect you.
Okay.
You know, if you go to bed and you're playing with your phone, it can affect you, because then your brain is confused. Is it sleep time? Is it wake time? What exactly are you trying to do? It's because there's a particular hormone called melatonin, which actually regulates your circadian cycle.
Yeah.
You know, so and melatonin is triggered by light or the absence of light. So once the sun goes down, it begins to go up.
Okay.
You know, and as it goes up, it gets to a point where it triggers the sleep rhythm, and then it continues to go up until you wake up when it begins to go down. You know, so if you disrupt this cycle, it can complicate your sleep pattern and cause you problems in the long run. You know, there are organic causes of sleep challenge. Organic meaning that there are diseases that can affect your sleep.
Okay.
You know, mostly psychological problems. So anxiety, depression can affect your sleep pattern. Sometimes it might make you sleep too much.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might make you not have difficulty sleeping.
Okay.
Some medications, like I mentioned, can affect your sleep. You know, some situations, stress. I mean, end of month is coming. You know that the salary that is being paid has already been spent. So now you're wondering how you're going to survive.
You're going to balance things.
Especially this January that is refusing to end. You see, so it can affect a lot of things.
But this year, January has tried. Though.
January has tried this year,
this year, January
actually.
has tried.
I don't know if it's the Hamatan that has sped the thing, but yeah, this year has been a bit different.
Yeah.
But you know, the interesting thing is that maybe because a lot of salaries delayed in December, that's why this January has because most people actually were paid in January, so it kind of made up for the gap. Yeah. You know, but yeah, so sleep is very, very important, and there are quite a lot of sleep disorders. You know, insomnia is just one of them, you see. And I must also say that there's a lot of help available. Okay. Unfortunately, many people deal with their sleep problems on their own, and they do all sorts of wrong things. You know, taking over-the-counter medications, which itself has complications. You know, some people think that by taking some alcohol, it can help them to sleep. Indeed, alcohol will make you fall asleep faster. However, alcohol prevents deep sleep. You know, there is this REM, non-REM. Yeah. There's a whole technical aspect of sleep. Alcohol sort of prevents the deep sleep. So you might actually sleep earlier or sleep faster, but you wake up tired. You know, so alcohol is not the solution. There are better ways of dealing with sleep that if you go to the right sources, you can actually get the right help that you need. And it's important. If you're not sleeping enough, and again, enough for you, it's a problem. You know, it can cause significant, you know, mental issues in later life.
I've noticed that there's a lot of should I say, technically, I don't even know what you call it, but there are things available that purport to help people sleep in terms of like music, soft music, something they call binaural sounds and other things. I don't know if medically these things are proven to be effective.
Well, I mean, there are definitely things that help you to go to sleep, you see. But you have to remember that sleep itself is kind of a habit. You know, so if you don't develop the habit and you are depending on all these things, you know, how do I put it? Like, there's the natural way of doing things, and then there are the accessories. Okay. You see, you cannot become too over-dependent on the accessories such that when they are not available, then there's a problem. You know, so if we can deal with the sleep challenge with the natural rhythm or habits, it's better than all these other things. I mean, we are in Ghana. Assume you sleep with music and then suddenly the lights go off. What happens? I mean, the music goes off. Are you going to wake up? You know, so we...
Yeah, streaming and then your internet finishes.
Exactly. You know, so we the natural method is obviously the best. You know, so we need to develop the right habits towards sleep. You know, and for most people with sleep problems, if you're able to get the habits right, their problems go away. Okay. You know, and as well as the complications that come with it.
So the same time every day is ideal.
It's ideal. Okay. If you can tell yourself that I'm sleeping at 10 p.m. every day, and 10 p.m. you actually shut down everything and prepare yourself to sleep, your body will get into that rhythm where, for some people by 10 they actually start yawning. You see, so then it's a signal that it's time to go and sleep. You know, so the body likes regularity. Okay. That's the most important thing.
Dr. Kelvin, how do people get in touch with you?
Well, I'm active on social media, Kelvin also MD, so you can link up over there, and my clinic page as well, Claron Health International.
All right.